Hi traders, how's it going? Welcome to this live stream today. Let me just fix this sound here. I don't know why this sound is coming from here. Just a second, and that's it, right? So I can see the chat. Okay, cool. Hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's a Hyro stream. Exclusively about the crypto today, and we will look to some cool things, right? I will tell you something about prop trading. I think I can speak about it a little bit because I made some money in crypto prop trading. Also, we will look to some cool tools, which is this one, the liquidations, and how it can help you with the trading, and how you can find some easy setups. I will give you a few tips about risk management for the prop trading, and we will break down some trades and potentially take some trades if the market will give us a opportunity, right? So let's start with the prop trading, right? Here I want to say one important thing, right? In Hyro, as usually, this is a classic prop firm, right? Even though I believe that they are different, and they are different actually because they are really funding the profitable traders proportionally with their funds. But still, what I want to say, if you have a 100K account, if you have a 100K account, you don't have a 100K for the trading, right? Because there is always a 10% maximum drawdown, right? So if you think about it, 10% from 100K is a 10K. That's your maximum drawdown. That's what you can lose, right? And in here, I want to say this thing, right? If you going to risk 1% per trade, as usually, as everyone knows it, you basically betting your whole challenge to the just next 10 trades, right? I'm not saying that there is not possible to win it in the few trades. It's of course possible. I did it few times also, but you need to consider that maybe risk a 0.5% or a 0.3 is better, definitely for the funded account, right? That's what I wanted to say. For those who still don't know it and still losing the challenges, that's the thing, right? Also, regarding the psychology, we always want to pass as soon as possible, right? So I know it from my own experiences. Sometimes we are opening a the big trades, right? Big positions, hoping to pass it, hoping that this trade will be a home run, right? Targeting big targets, right? Not taking the profits. And then when the market is going back against you, it's basically you closing the trades, right? So here's actually my recent trades on the Ethereum yesterday. I entered short, right? Closed it, right? Then on the pullback, I re-entered the short. This is actually on the 61.8 fib, right? Price moved lower. I closed partial, right? And then when it hit full target, I closed it again, right? Even though I know that the price will be going lower, right? On the heat map, which I was showing right now, I didn't want to be in this, right? So the mistake, what I wanted to say is that the people often open a trade, right? The big position, right? Hoping to pass quickly, right? Targeting this big thing, right? And then once it does this, you close it, right? You simply don't make it in that, right? And again, I'm just speaking from my own experiences. When you're doing this, really the psychology with the big lot size, it's completely destroying the traders, right? So don't try to do the home run trades, and don't force it to try to make it as soon as possible, right? I'm sorry, I need to drink because I've been recently a little bit sick. So yeah, so now also, I want to say about risk management for for the first phase and the second phase, right? On the first phase, you should be risking. You should not mind to risk a little bit more, right? Because you will obviously lose the challenges. I want to show you something. Here is some of my payouts, right? Which are not anything like extra, right? there's not like 10,000. I had 10,000 maybe once, right? But everything is like 3,000, right? Which is actually 3% on the 100K account. On 200K account is just a 2% or something like that, right? If you reduce the commission, because it's obviously the 80%, right? And also you need to know that the prop trading is not a straightforward game, right? People expecting that you will pass the challenge, you will get 200K account and you will have it forever. It's not gonna happen, right? At some point you will probably lose the account, right? I had many accounts, I passed many times. You can see here I passed again, right? Then I lost it again, again passed, right? Again lost, right? So it's a game where you need to be able and flexible to lose and come back into it again, right? So I would stop talking about this right now, and I want to show you something which can help you in a training, and we could potentially look on the trades, right? For today, it's a little bit shame that the market has already moved, right? It has made such a move. I have entered here. I will explain you this trade, right? And I will give you a tool, right, which will tell you where the market is most likely going. And also I will give you a framework how you can enter such a trades also, right? So here is the trade, right, which I have entered, right? And I'm targeting this low, right? So first, why I'm targeting this low, right? Usually, let me just adjust it. Okay. Let me adjust this so I can see your questions if anyone has question. But for now, please let me speak, and then we do the questions later, right? Okay, HyroTrader, let's go. Okay, my friends, true risk class, right? Okay, so here's the trade, right? Basically, those who know me a little bit, my strategy is based on something a little bit different. I am not ever entering the shorts in the running markets, but I'm selling the high side and low side, as I showed you before, right? So what I want to show you right now is how I came into these positions and why I didn't fear to enter in here, right? So here is a tool, right? It's called coin glass, right? On the coin glass, you probably know it, right? Or maybe I'm not telling you something completely new, right? It's on the coin glass. Go to the coin glass and you can open this account and it's free, right? There is this heat map, right? So what I do, I got a few instruments in here, right? And what I'm looking for is basically the liquidation maps, right? So in here we can see this is a Ethereum, and we can see here that basically there is a liquidity on these lows, right? Sorry, this is Bitcoin. We need to go here to the Ethereum, right? Where is it? ETH. This is Ethereum, right? So we can see that basically here on that yellow, which is like this 1890 or something like that, there is basically a liquidity, right? So where it is, it's probably gonna be below some low, right? And as you can see, it's below this low, right? And why it is in here, right? Because what has potentially happened in here, we can see this simple trend line, right? So what has happened is basically that the traders has entered in here, right? They've been expecting price going higher, right? But then price dropped, and what has happened, you can see as the price started going higher, you can see how the liquidity in here been growing, right? It has made pullback, right? Of course, usually the traders having a kind of demand in here, right? Bouncing, right? Bouncing again. And here you can see this breakout, right? This false break. And after this false break, you can see in here how it started to be colored more, right? So more liquidity started to be appearing in here, right? And that's the moment where actually I traded yesterday this in here on that high, right? So again, first, I suggest you when trading, know where the market is most likely will go, and then find the way how to enter, right? So in here, we're still expecting price going lower, right? So let me take you back here into the trading view, right? And here is what we had yesterday, right? So basically yesterday, and let me make it a little bit like this, right? So here was that that trend line, right? This sorry, this trend line here, right? Broken, right? Then retested, retested, retested. This is that low. Where is that liquidity, right? And as you can see in here, price was ranging, and then it break above here, right? False break, that it went sharply back inside to the range, right? And there was a possibility to trade the model one, right, into 50%. And then it went lower, right? You obviously could hold it longer, but I didn't. And then what happened? Price made pullback exactly into 61.8, right? Which is basically a Fibonacci. So let me show you how I did it, which is this, right? And this is where you sell. So you sell and then you're targeting this, right? And then you have a entry in here, close, re-entry, close, right? And this is what I did yesterday in here, right? So you had a entry, close, right? Re-entry on the 61.8 and close on that low again, right? So then I was basically out, and then I was thinking like, okay, so what to do now? Let's wait what's gonna happen, right? And let's check the liquidity in here, right? So we can see liquidity is still lower, so we will probably go lower, right? So therefore, in that moment, I'm thinking right now, like today, like what I'm going to do, how I'm going to enter, because this range is done now. Here we have this level, right? Price reacted on this level where we tapped into the 61.8. We had a reaction in here, and we closed below this candle, and we broke the new low. That's the level, right? So now I need to put a little bit framework to be able to enter this, right? So remember, we know that liquidity is in here, right? I've been actually posting this in the higher Discord, I think today, that I'm going to take this short. Let me show you, right? In here, look, right? So I knew that the price is going Ethereum heading to 819, right? So in here, I knew it's going in there, right? I already had the entry in here, right? But why this entry, right? Now look at this. This is important, right? Why this entry in here and why I knew I will be all right, right? So let me bring this few indicators in here, right? Which is just a moving averages and the sessions, right? And I'll bring it to the 5 minute, right, in here. So what has been happening in here at this moment, I knew that we coming down here, right? You will see we will probably hit this, right? Then I got Asian session, right? It's an indicator from the Lux algo. You can find it on the trading view. Then you have a London session, right? So what has happened in here? Asia been moving higher. London went above it into that level, right? And they break it lower, right? And I don't use the moving averages too often, but for joining a market in the motion, it's good because it's giving me a dynamic resistances, right? So I see the price is going lower, right? So at this moment, I knew price is going lower, and the New York session has opened at 2 p.m., right? 2 p.m. Central European time, right? So what I have seen in here was a pullback, right? And the session has been opening, so I entered and I put my stop loss just above these moving averages, right? I will show you the exact indicators. Okay, it's a moving average. Remove your image to make screen bigger. I don't know how to remove my image, honestly. If I bring it here, maybe moderator can make it, but I don't know. Sorry for that. Nice trading message audience. Okay, so moving averages. It's moving average 50. right? Moving average 100 and moving average 200, right? So what we have in here was basically a accumulation, right? Manipulation. Then we have change in order flow, right? Let me bring it back to the M15. Sorry, 1 hour, right? And we can see how these up candles went higher, right? And then we have close below all these up candles, right? Here is a down candle, these up candles, we have close here, right? So it's changed in order flow, and that's a signal that we're going lower, right? And yeah, and so then you basically enter in here, right? And you're holding the trade, right? So is it possible that it will come back right now to my entry and knock me out? Yes, it's possible, right? Is it possible? Yes. Right. However, what I'm going to do, I will just basically move a stop to the entry, right? If that happens, and then if that happens, we could possibly look for another re-entry, right? Because still you can see more liquidity is down here, and in that moment, I'm also checking a Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is the main driver, and I believe that the Bitcoin still have it on a 65. I still see a little bit lower, right? Still a little bit lower. I believe that Bitcoin has a still room to drop lower. Here is it, Bitcoin, right? You see, it's almost same setup in here. And on the Bitcoin, we get this, right? Here is these liquidations, right? And here is a 61.8 of, take me to the 1 hour, right, of this move, right? So if I measure FIB from here to here, here is going to be 61.8, right? So what I'm thinking in here is going to happen, we're gonna get something like this and then higher, right? So and the Thursday is usually quite often a day when the market is dumping, right? So let's see, we might gonna get another potential entry in here. It's good that it's making this pullback, right? And I'll bring these, we will be looking for that, right? So yeah, Ethereum is not retracing. And in here, in my opinion, we could go for such a trade, but let's wait, right? Because what's happening in here is this. Let me, it's right, basically. I would wait with the entry right now. Okay, it's actually good because we are hitting into this gap, right? So I think it's fine. I think it's fine to short a Bitcoin in here. Let's try it because in the end it's just a probability, and only thing what can happen is that you could be wrong in here, right? Here is this gap, and we want to see to trade into this gap, right? And a rejection here and then sell it, right? So here is this liquidations, right? It's still offering a quite nice risk reward, right? Like a 1 to 2 RR, it's still good, right? So we have the gap. Remember, the gap is of course a resistance, but what can happen is that they can trade through the gap and then they close inside, right? Or close below back to it, right? So you can see we are still going higher, right? Now we are rejecting in that gap. Right, in this moment, I see it's like 66,717. I will simply switch to the Binance. Sorry, Binance, Bybit. Right, on the 1 hour on a Bitcoin. Let me see, and here I don't have this. This is the gap. Right, here we are in this gap. Right, why wait for the short? Yeah, I think a short is good here, right? Why wait? Because we still can go higher, right? I want to see a change in order for at least on a 1 minute, right? Can you look at it on the 1 minute? Once that happen, I will be shorting, right? There's no rush to try to enter quickly, right? I can prepare everything in here. I can prepare my position size. Right. I want to put stop 66,712. Right, so you see we're trading into the gap. Right, there's in here we can wait. If the price will close strongly above the gap, right, then it is invalidated in here, right? We will need to wait. Also in this tool, if you zoom it, right, here is what you will see, right? And this is good, right? Because look, we are looking at this candle and we are seeing that the big volume is coming on the high of the candle. Right, so basically the traders, this is a Binance, because I'm using Binance here because they have a big volume. So they basically buying this high, right? So what does it mean if they buying here? That there will be more liquidity below here, right? They wasn't been buying here, right? You see here on the lows, you have a shorting volume, right? So price went higher in here, and now you can see the buying volume is coming, right? It's a futures volume. It's a retail traders futures volume, right? So they buying in here on the top, right? So I just need to wait on the lower time frame. Once it confirms, right, on the 1 minute, and that's what I'm going to watch in here, and I will basically short it, right? And we will see how it goes then. My stop loss will be 66.7. Right, TP is 65. If I lose this trade, it's a minus 500. I wanna risk 700, 0.7, right? 764. All right, so let's see how we're gonna play around here. What's gonna happen? See you, sensei. Good. Why wait for the short, right? All right, so we got this probability in here. around this gap, right? Price is dipping into this gap, but it's a 30 minutes gap, right? 30 minutes candle is closing in a 8 minutes, right? So if in 8 minutes we close higher in here, then the price can go higher, right? We will see. You need to watch it in here, right? You need to be able to sit out on the trade, sit out on the opportunity, and also maybe sit out and then find out that the trade is not working, right? That you will not enter and be okay with it, right? Not entering just for the sake of the trading. All right, let's read some questions. You said you also lost several accounts. What is the most common mistake for losing accounts so you can be careful of the same mistake? Yeah, it's a risk management. It's a simply a risk management, nothing else, right? So I basically lost some accounts because of being greedy, you know, over leveraging, doing these common mistakes, right? Everything is this. Sometimes even if you do the good risk management, you can lose the accounts because sometimes basically the bad trades comes, right? We see it's going higher, right? So let's see what's gonna happen in here, right? What is also important in here is because we know the liquidity is lower, but exactly it's on a 65 2, right? A little bit lower. What is right? And now you see we have a candle with quite high volume, right? It was 180 in here, 139, right? Candle with quite high volume, and that volume is high, right? So maybe we're gonna get that rejection. All right, let me watch. Right, so now I have these consecutive candles up, right? And I need to see close below them, right? Once we close below these candles, right? Below these ones, that would be perfect. It would be strong candle, right? I would basically short it and I will go with the market, right? If that happens, right? Obviously, we're still talking about just a probability, right? Close below these up candles, that would be a signal for me. Do you use VWAP? No, I don't use the VWAP. I know it, but I don't use it. I didn't find. I tried it. I probably tried the all possible accounts, but sorry, indicators, but not really using these ones, right? US session starts as yeah, US session starts at 15:30. You are right, my friend. 14 o'clock, like at 2 p.m. It's a forex, right? So you see now we have a new up candle in here. So that's let's check on M5. Right, so you see M5 somehow closing inside. Let's wait. We're gonna get. Yeah, 15:30. It's like uh, New York Stock Exchange. You are right. Why wait for short? Yeah, maybe for indices, maybe for forex, the VWAP, but I think someone been using it on the crypto also. Right, so you see, guys, we have a 3 minutes. So this is like a 1 hour candle, right? If this 1 hour candle close below this gap, then this gap is valid, and I will enter the short. In a 3 minutes, right? This is how it looks here. This is the gap, right, on the M30. And we need at least close inside, right? So we need a close below 66,345. 66,345, right? Inside it. Inside of it. We can see some volume coming in here. Right, let's watch it. Let's watch it. We have 2 minutes. 66.7. Because price moved a little bit higher, I will set up my stop 67,000. Which is basically here. So we have a 1 minute. One minute. And I would like to see a close below this here, right? So it's a 1 minute. We can see the candle, 1 hour candle has closed inside here, right? So the gap is still valid if we closed inside, if we didn't close above, right? But now, as we have the bigger wick in here, there's usually that they go at least into some part of this wick, right? So let's wait if this midpoint of the wick is going to hold, right? It still can go higher a little bit, right? And on the 3 minutes, if we close below this up candle, right, that would be a order block for me, and I will short it. Is it actually 3 minutes time frame? Yes, here is a 3 minutes, right? So close below this one will be for me signal for a short. 67,000. All right, let's see if that happens, if we're gonna get this trade or not. Seems like we were right. Yeah, sometimes I'm right. Can we have 200K account and at the same time do another? I think you can have 200K account and do another challenge, but I don't know. I'm not sure that you can have a you cannot be founded on the more than 200K, right? I also have a few accounts on the side right now running. I think I have this 100K here. Yeah. Okay, I don't have it. Before I had a 200K, but I lost it. So yes, so here we can see, right, another candle has been opening. Quite big volume has come in here, right? You see where this volume has come? right? It's a 30 minutes. Let me drop it to the lower time frame, right? And this is good because above that 30-minute candles in that gap, we can see how big volume has come in here, right? So we could be suspecting that the traders trying to buy a breakout, right? They're trying to buy a breakout. So what does it mean? It means that there will be even more liquidity down here, right? So we just need to see that the price will close below here, and then we could short it against them, right? We want to trade against them. Here is a still a little bit kind of a equal highs, right? So here's the equal highs. Now we need to check the Ethereum, because if Ethereum has made higher high in here, right? Let's check it. So here we have equal highs and Ethereum. Let's put them next to each other's. Bitcoin. What is it? Bitcoin here. Right, so Bitcoin is trading higher. Right, so this could be it. Bitcoin is trying to make higher high, while the Ethereum is making lower low, right? Which is a divergence, and then once this close below, as we've been saying, that's a short, right? So Bitcoin making higher high here, at the same point Ethereum making lower low, right? So let's watch it right now. I believe we're gonna get this short now, if that goes lower, right? So now I need to see close below all these candles. I don't need this. For crypto, definitely the New York session is better. There's much more volume. I'm not saying that the crypto is not moving in during the London or during before or in the Asia. It's of course moving, but the best volume is during the New York session. So tell me, guys, how's it going on your side? How many funded traders we have here? What was your biggest payouts? And how long you trading? Stuck at break-even evaluation. Yeah, sometimes it is like that. So look, something is happening. Something is happening. We have just a first 30 minutes of a session. Stuck at the break-even evaluation. Yeah. Keep it coming, my friend. Don't. What is also tricky on the prop trading is that we usually, when we are stuck in some, look, Ethereum also rejecting in here, right? So that means that Bitcoin has made this higher high. Ethereum is already start to dropping here, right? Ethereum also have a short setup, in my opinion. But I will wait for a Bitcoin. Right now, once we close below here, we'll see 1 minute close. Biggest payout 5K. Nice one, my friend. Working on evaluation psychology messing me up. When I get any good profits, I'm fearful of giving it back. Yeah. Yeah, that's I exactly know this. Um you need to be able to accept the fact that you can be wrong, right? And it will cost you. So therefore, what plays the big role is definitely um, the risk management, right? Uh, Not opening such a trades that being wrong will destroy you or destroy your account, right? So once the Ethereum close here, which is going to happen now, I believe you can see here is a big volume, right? On the top. I believe now the traders are trapped here, right? So I got everything set in here and I need to add this. Oh, I lost it. Right, I believe this is set, but I wait for a close, right? Because this is a really lower time frame. And sometimes the candle in here, you want to see close below here, sometimes in here, it looks like it's already there, and then it goes higher again, right? So you need to wait for that. Right, you see, traders try to short it. It's not the most important thing is to to buy the highest high by having a the best probability, right? Okay, so okay, let's go short. Let's short it. I think I have opened too small position. I need to add more. Right. So I have now risk. My risk is now 5. So it's like a 0.5%. Right. So let's see. We got a close below here, right? So let's see if it will go down, right? Or if it will knock us out. Everything can happen, right? You can watch the positions here. So basically we have our entry in here, right? So what should basically protect our position at this moment right now? If we're looking at this tool, we can see in here, right? You can see in here these positions, these longs, right? And these longs. Right? Let me bring it like this actually. You see this zone, right? In here, traders has been buying, right? They've been buying quite heavily, right? So they've been buying and they've been buying the top, the breakout, right? So most likely our position if we are right, this is not like 100% right. If I have some 100% indicator, I would be billionaire or trillionaire right now. But this is telling us that someone has been trying to buy this breakout. They bought on this high, right? So they are now trapped in these longs. And what they wish is that the price will go higher, so they will be in the profit, or at least as they see that it's right now going down, that they could at least exit at the break even, right? So we basically trading against them, and our chance is that it will not give them the chance to exit, and our stop loss is safe, and the price will go lower down there where we find out that we have that liquidity down here, right? So if you look at the price right now, so you see we are now in a profit, right? And those traders entered longs in here, and they are now in trap, right? As I showed you right now. And the price is going down here to that liquidity, right? Boston strategy rule. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, we're targeting this 65K, but also what I am doing in here, right? So basically, I can put my stop loss. I can put my stop. Let's do it here, right? Like that. And that would be like a 2.8, right? So 2.8, 65.2, 65.2 is, so it's like 65.5 on the Binance. And we can also look at the Bitcoin. We can add the Bitcoin on the Bybit, right? So the Bybit has it also in these lows, right? So it's like 65.5. They will dig a little bit deeper below it, right? So it's this low. And what I'm basically gonna do, if we reach this low, I will take something off. All right, I will take something off the market, and then I will leave it if it most likely will go lower. Because on my analysis in here, right? On my analysis in here, we could go to 65, even 64, right? Even 64. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, and this is basically it, right? I basically explained to you 50% not break even. Right, so I basically explained you the whole strategy today, right? So let's now when the trade is running, you basically go here, right? You put to the Google coinglass.com. This is free. This is free data. I'm not paying anything for this, right? And you simply scan the markets, you find where is the liquidity, and then you also need to have a oh look, it's coming back, right? But I keep it, right? I never closing the trades. I already entered it, and I am okay with the fact that I can be wrong in here, right? So not doing anything. So we found where is the liquidity. We found where the prices potential could go, right? We have it in this short-term trend, in this M15 trend, right? So the basically the moving averages are telling us where the price is most likely heading down, right? Giving us this dynamic kind of support, right? So then the session has opened. We found the gap in here, right? So you can see that the price basically came back into the gap. It didn't close above, close inside, right? And now we are here, right? So let's see if it will go. It's kind of retracing, right? So there is always possibility that we could be wrong, right? It can of course go even higher again. but that's what is out of our control, right? So let's wait. Let's wait. So let's watch the position right now because that's what would be interesting. Right, again, this is good. We can see we've seen some big sellers has come down here, right? So it's taking price higher. Maybe they want to knock them out. But now we are seeing big buyers here, right? Which is good because we want to be people buying, because when they buying they have that stop losses down there, right? Next challenge in the Prague. I have no idea when is the next challenge in the Prague. You need to discuss this in the try to ask in the Hyro Discord. Try to ask there, my friend. I do not know it. I hope I will be invited, but I cannot say right now. So now we are just watching, right? When I'm in this in kind of like a day trade, I prefer to watch this instead of this, right? Because in here, of course, I see the money, but it's also affecting me psychologically, and this is kind of nice to watch, right? Because you see the orders, you see what's happening. You don't see just a candles. You see what's happening in there. Where is the positions, right? What's happening, right? And watching this, you train your eyes, right? And you putting the confluences back together. And let's see how it's going. I want to get invited to. I should do this. It was great learning. By the way, you're based in Prague. Nice, my friend. I'm also from Czech Republic. I'm also from Prague, but I'm not living in Prague at the moment. So let's see where we going. Where we going? Let's check what the Ethereum is doing. Maybe that Ethereum is going harder, right? Seems like it goes harder, right? Dropped faster here, right? So let's see if we're gonna go lower. In my opinion, it looks good. Right, and you can see it wasn't any difficult to find a quite nice opportunity, right? Because we can see what's happening behind the charts, right? And at this point, I of course do not want to say, look how easy it was, that we already won the trade. We didn't win yet, right? We have 200, right? We have chance that it goes, but it's always just a probability game, right? So let's see how it's gonna play. Give me a second. I need to make water for me. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I've been sick for the whole week. Because my daughter always brings some virus from the kindergarten, and then I get sick. To be honest, I never been sick in my life so often since I got a daughter. Please, where I can find the volume candles on the coin glass. Okay, so let me show you. Let's try it. It's okay. So okay, it looks good here. It's here, right? So coin glass. Um, Do I even remember it? Okay, so let me log out. And it's here, coinglass.com, right? Let me log in. I'm logging with the Google. I don't remember. Okay, and it's here, Coinglass Legend, right or not? You see, I'm here now. You know what? I will find it and I will give it to you in HyroTrader Discord, right? So join the HyroTrader Discord for sure. And today, after the stream, I will find out and we will look where exactly you can find it and where how to use it, right? So maybe later I can make some kind of a video of it. And I'm still new with it, and but it's kind of like a really powerful when you put it together with the strategy, right? So you basically need to use it like a contra indicator, right? Because in here we have seen this big volume coming, right? But it doesn't mean that it's basically a bullish, right? It would be bullish if we have the data from the smart money, right? From maybe some big funds or someone like that, or from the banks. But this is a Bybit perpetuals, right? So perpetuals, who's trading perpetuals? Like us, right? Retail traders. And if they buying the top, and we know that most the liquidations are here on the bottom, then we can guess that we can go against them, right? So that's basically what we have in this trade. And so let's see how it goes. Can we check gold to here on the CoinGlass? I'm not sure, but I think that there is kind of a gold in the Bybit also, or they trading something like that. L Bank. Maybe XAU. Binance. Look, XAU USDT. XAU USDT Bybit. And then, do you see? They have it. So basically, you might could trade a gold with it also, because the thing is that this is just a data from Bybit, right? It doesn't mean that this is a liquidity from the whole market, but the psychology is of the traders is usually same, right? So if they have a liquidations in here in the Bybit, there usually will be a liquidations for the all others, right? So how the trade is going? Trade is going slow, right? Of course, we all like when you enter the trade and it does this. That's the best, right? But we need more patience in here. Let's see how it will go. In my opinion, it will go, right? So, okay, guys. So I will definitely post this. I will find out a little bit more about this, how to do that. But basically, I think if you go, as I was here right now, right, coinglass.com, you log in, right, and you see I'm immediately here. Maybe I don't know if it is storing my settings or what by the IP or what's going on here, but I'm basically here. So yeah, we will see. We will see. So it's like okay, so it's gonna be like 1 hour. I just added footprint indicator and it works. You see, my friend, great, 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 great. Right. So we will see. The trade is running. We got almost 1 hour behind us. Top money is supercharged. Yeah, you see, this is it. So guys, so to see the charts on the coin glass along, you see super charts and then select the legend, right? Okay, so I got the legend in here, legendcoinglass.com, right? So that's probably it, right? So that's probably it. I will post this link in Discord, right? And I will keep this trade running, and I will post it also in a HyroTrader Discord. We will see how it will go, right? Remember, it's just a probability, but there wasn't point to give you kind of a signal today, but I wanted to show you a little bit framework, right? And if you put the things which I told you together with the good risk management, the patience, not over leveraging, right, and going slowly, right? Maybe you can just focus on a New York session, right? Where is this liquidity? And doing this thing, right? Finding where is the liquidity, waiting for a false break, right? Once they are trapped, once the people start to bring a big volume, right? And then you go against them, right? You can see you can even get a nice day trade, right? And I'm not day trader. You can see, and it's working, right? So I hope that it was useful for everyone. I will close it in here. I'll see you in the Discord. Um, Join the HyroTrader Discord. There I will post all of these things. Take care, my friends, and let's see how this trade will gonna end up. Right? Bye bye. And where I'm going to stop it.